So don't be surprised if they try to do it again. And whoever fall for it, guess what? You're falling into exactly what Christ is talking about. You're betraying your own family. Come on, other lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Go down to
13.
16, all the way to 16.
Yes, sir. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
And the Most High says, if you refuse to do any of this stuff, if you down with Christ, you're going to be hated. You're going to be hated of all men for my name's sake. So, of course, understand, folks, who hates you. You shall be hated by the Satanist.
But he that shall endure unto the end,
But he that shall stick to the end and endure with the Most High, read,
the same shall be saved.
we must endure to the end. No one is saved. When you're baptized, that puts you in the race, that puts you in the game. But no one is saved until the end. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Come on.
But when ye shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing where it ought not, let him that readeth understand. Then let them that be in Judea flee to the mountains.
Then let them that be in Judea flee into the mountains. So when you see the cities overran by what? Armies, like it was during the time of the Romans, know that it's time to get out of the condensed city areas. Elder Lawyer, if you will, I need you to read the 15th and 16th verse again.
15. And let him that is on the housetop not go down into the house, neither enter therein to take anything out of his house.
It's going to come a time where people are going to have to what? Begin to migrate out of these condensed cities. Find alternatives. I told people, make sure you get your passports and make sure if you can afford, get a little plot of land on the outside of the city and make sure you have a little RV or something you can roll around with, worst case scenarios, with all emergency stuff in it, worst case scenario. And I'm going to tell you what, you get your little RV to hitch to your truck with all the emergency stuff in it, go to where you are, make sure you have communications, and then you have time to plan for the next stage in this. Okay? And what I'm telling you about is affordable, less than what you would pay for, when it comes to a car. Make sure you have your passports, make sure you have provisions, get yourself a little land with some electric is set to it, if you have to pull out until what? The smoke clear. Because usually it's chaos, and then there's a time where the smoke clears, and then you can start making moves. Okay? This is where the concept of a go bag comes in. Well, you don't have to go into the house because what? Christ showed you this moment, and you have enough where you can provide for yourself and your well-being for a few days to a month. And that same God that have guided you to that place, listening, will guide you through the Holy Spirit to the next stage in prophecy. But if you don't prepare, what's going to happen? You're going to be at the behest of the state. Because you're not going anywhere needing food. If you haven't prepared food for yourself, you're at the behest of the state to survive. And now you're under all these stringent, crazy rules just to sustain your daily bread. You prepare in the time of plenteous. And no one is, let me tell you, And no one is going to be able to blame Kamala or Trump or anybody else that would have in office. Because all of those people we see, guess what? All these people here, right here, they're going to be somewhere partying and what? Feasting. They're going to be feasting. And I tell you, listen, Michelle Obama by herself is worth $70 million. 70 million. 70 by herself. So the last thing, she's not going to be experiencing anything we're experiencing. They're the Pied Pipers that will lead us to our demise. Okay? All right, Elder Lawyer, let's go.
Yes, sir. Verse 16.
Yes.
And let him that is in the field not turn back again for to take up his garment.
Come on.
17. But woe to them that are with child and to them that give suck in those days.
Woe to them that are with child and will give suck in those days. Because not only are you going to have to get yourself out of scenarios, you're going to have your children, your babies to protect. And this time, it's 70 AD all over again, but instead of a wall, they're using people. Illegals. Using illegals to cause crime, and through crime comes what? The army. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep it right on as you've been following this church for years. As it go down, keep your eyes on this particular ministry. Keep it here, I'm telling you. I'm going to tell you right now. Keep your eyes on this ministry. Because before all this stuff happened, we were on a corner saying exactly where we are right now. A lesson, the path to the mark. And everything that we drop happened and is happening what? And is hitting 1,000. It's hitting, when I say hitting 1,000, it's not one thing the Most High didn't show us back then that hasn't happened. And how we must move based on the prophecies. That's what makes this ministry so important. Because it's not just us teaching it, it's the movements we have to make while the prophecies are unfolding. Souls. Read.
But be ye doers of the word.
Be ye doers of the word.
And not hearers only.
And not hearers only.
Deceiving your own selves.
Deceiving your own selves. Tricking yourself into believing, well, it's okay. Read.
23. For if any be a hearer of the word,
come on,
and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass.
He's like a person beholding his natural face in a glass. Right? It's all for nothing, because even though that's you looking in the mirror, that's a reflection. Can that thing do anything outside of you? It's really a reflection. It's nothing. So it's like one beholding himself in a glass. That reflection isn't a real person. It isn't life. Read.
Verse number 24.
Come on.
For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way.
And goeth his way.
And straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was.
And straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. Sometimes we forget the man or the woman the Most High saved us from. He saved us from ourselves. He saved us from ourselves. We forget and become ungrateful and entitled with the word to a degree. We forget not only all the blessings the Most High have given us, but we forget the person the Most High saved us from, ourselves, and become proud and ungrateful. One thing I wanted to show real quick. Real quick, Elder Lawyer. One second. I'll do Second Esdras, the second chapter, last.
Mhm.
But let's go to Matthew 12 and 25. Matthew 12, verse 25. Let's see. Yes, that's it. One second. Matthew 12, verse 25. Let's read it.
Matthew 12:25. And Yeshua knew their thoughts and said unto them,
And said unto them what?
Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
Every kingdom, and that's a nation also, that's divided against itself is brought to desolations. This is why the government sets institutional ills in our society that keeps us what? That keeps us divided.